we are on with Keith Urban today, the one and only. Album release day. Whoop,
Yeah,
whoop.
finally. Long
Oh
time
man,
coming.
it has been a long time coming. I mean, High is out everywhere today. And I mean, it's gonna feel great because as you mentioned, it's been a long time coming. Like,
Yeah.
what's the feel over there? What's the morale today?
Uh, relief, relief,
Yeah, yeah,
and just really excited for everyone to get to hear the rest of the record. I mean, we've obviously put a lot of songs out. Almost half the album has been out before the album came, but it's nice to hear the rest of the songs and for everyone to get a chance to hear them sequentially too, because it was
right.
everything is very intentional. The sequencing of the record, the flow of the songs, the brevity of the record. It's 11 songs. It's 40 minutes top to bottom, but
Okay.
it feels right to me. I was very, very happy with this one. And it actually came of another album, which I made in 2022, which I never put out. So
Right.
that's why it's 4 years between
Yeah.
records,
Four
because there
years to
should,
make it.
should have
Yeah.
been two, but there you go.
And how did we land on High anyway? Like, is that like an emotional high? Is that like there are so many bangers
Whatever
on
you
this
want it to be,
record
Brian.
that it's gonna be the top of the charts high? What do you think?
Whatever you want it to be. High means a
Okay,
lot. That
all right.
word means a lot of different things to people.
Okay, I gotcha.
Uh, it's meant a lot of different things to me over the years. It's changed its meaning, but
Right.
also it's on a lot of the songs on the album. I'm on a Friday high because I just got paid. Remember when this kind of high was us, babe? Trying to find new highs, but I can't fight that neon Florida sky. There's three different songs on the record at least that have the word high pop up in it. So it just felt like the perfect word for the album.
And it feels like there's a lot of emotion, there's a lot of personal experience in these songs. Like it just stuff sounds like stuff that you've been through. Like,
Yeah.
is it more impactful when it comes from a place like that, Keith?
Oh, it has to for me. It has to be a place that I know. Messed up as me, straight line. They're complete opposite places in life, but I've been this guy. I mean, I've been the
Right,
guy
right,
in
right.
every one of these songs. It may not be exactly who I am now, but it's who I've been, and that guy's never far away.
Right. And so the first song of the gate, well, I guess Straight Line was the first song out of the gate, but the first single was Messed Up as Me, and you you described it as the most sexy, dysfunctional song that you've done.
Yeah.
What exactly did you mean by that?
What can I say? It's a sexual dysfunction song, sexy song.
Right.
Um, yeah, it's that stuck place. It's the
Okay.
stuck place. You're in a relationship, it's probably not so great, but one part of it is so good. You keep going back to
I
it and you
gotcha.
can't get out of it. So it's that.
Uh, and one of the most influential artists in the industry today, I would say, aside from yourself, certainly in country music, has to be Lainey Wilson.
Yeah.
And she's featured on the song "Go Home with You." Was it important to have someone like Lainey on this record, Keith?
I heard her voice a couple of years ago and hoped that we could find something to do. And actually, this song we recorded over a year ago. So July
Okay.
last year, we recorded this song, and we've had to just sit on it until now. So I'm so glad the song finally came out because she killed it.
Hey, Rome wasn't built in a day, right? So we keep
Nope.
talking about the 4 years, the 2 years, one
Yeah.
year,
Yeah.
and now you have this album out. You also did a song with, I believe, Stephen Lee Olson, who we've talked about before, was a writer on one of the songs in this record.
Yeah.
He was also in the right for Blue Ancient Color. I
Mhm.
believe it's called Daytona, is
Yes,
the
correct.
song.
Yep.
And how did that one come about? Because I know that song has been around for a while as well.
Yeah, you've done your homework, Brian.
Yeah,
Thank you. Yes. Yeah, that song, Stephen Lee Olson wrote it with a guy called Nathan Barlow, who's actually in
right.
my band. And they sent me that song, I hate to say it, like 2016, 2017.
Okay,
Yeah,
all
I think it
right,
might have
yeah,
been January 2017.
yeah.
Yeah, I loved it. Went in the studio, we recorded it. I was going to put it on the Graffiti U album. It didn't make it, just didn't fit right. I was going to put it on the Speed of Now. Didn't fit. The record didn't feel right. Every
Right.
time this album has come and gone, I've had to call the guys and go, sorry, man.
Ah.
The song didn't make it, but it's gonna make it. Trust me, trust me. Sort
Right.
of like 7 years later, I finally get to call them and say it's on this record, and it felt so right on this album.
Yeah, and I mean that must have felt good for you, must have felt good for him. I know he described his moment. You were just in BC, and he described
Yeah.
his moment. You brought him up on stage to do Blue Angel Color, and he
Yeah.
said, "Best moment in my career." Now I know you've had some of those moments. Like, what was that moment for you? And then also, this is a two-parter. Where would releasing this album rank on that list?
Oh my gosh. Well, I can't really rank albums because other than the
Right.
fact that I just want them to be accurate photographs of who I am right
Okay.
now. You know, this album captures exactly who I am right now,
Right. The second. Yeah.
where I'm at. You know, energy wise, spirit wise, music wise, it's definitely where I'm at. Um, and I'm, you know, bringing Stephen Lee out to sing that song, man. I mean, you know, Blue Ancient Color is just one of those magical songs that rarely comes along, and I know he's super proud of it, and he should be. So I wasn't going to have him be on the bill with us and not have him come out and sing that song. I mean, he's a
Right,
writer,
right.
you know, he's got to come out and
He's
sing it.
got to, yeah, you got to get it
Yeah,
out there.
yeah.
One of my favorites on the new album, Wild Side. That's the new single as well. And it just to me, it sounds like vintage Keith. You know, not that
Thank
there's
you.
anything wrong with
Yeah,
the
yeah, yeah.
progression of your career, but it just sounds like vintage Keith. And I know you don't like to rank the albums, and they're all your babies, and it's hard to pick a favorite child. But is there one song on this album that really stands out for you, Keith?
Not one. No, I mean, I like I said, I'd recorded probably 20 odd songs for this, even for this record when we started writing and building a new album. And
Right.
I just wanted it to be really concise. You know, I'm not interested in these 28 song albums. I'm just not. Uh,
Yeah.
I'd like it to be more concise, and I just narrowed it right down to 11 that felt really good together. So you know, every one of them I love for a different reason.
And I know, album release day, album release week, it's always busy. You have Kelly Clarkson's show, you got the Tonight Show. Like, do you prepare differently for those shows than you would for your like regular show? Like, I know your hair is always good, mention it right off the top, but like your hair has to be real good for live television, right?
I'm just glad I've got some. That's it. All I can say.
You and I both, man.
Very grateful. You know, every show is different as far, and TV is a whole different beast. You know, like it's the
Right.
different. You got one song, you just got you're on, and then that's over. You know, but I love playing Kelly's show. We've done it before, and again, having new songs to play, particularly this batch of songs, is it's
Mhm.
an amazing feeling.
And you got the shows coming up in Vegas as well.
Yeah,
You've got a busy schedule, my man. You
yeah.
busy
Thank
schedule.
goodness.
Yeah, it's
After
kind of nice.
2020, we know what the alternative is like. So I like being
Right.
busy.
It's nice to be out there and be busy again.
Yeah, very
And
grateful.
we really hope you get back out to Canada soon as well,
Oh,
Keith,
it's on the
because
cards.
we, we,
Absolutely.
we always miss you when you're not around. So get back here soon. New album High is out everywhere now. Keith Urban, thank you so much for doing this, pal.
Thanks, Brian. Nice to talk to you, brother.